Good morning, everyone. I'm going to let the room build a little bit, but hopefully everyone's electricity will be back on. I just checked Encore's website, and it's still showing over 600,000 people without electricity in North Texas. Ours just came back on. Just came back on. Uh, the wind is unbelievable, as you can hear and see. Um, wow. We're lucky here at our house. The only thing that we have is our neighbor's trampoline has flew in our backyard this morning. Uh, my wife's plants seem to be holding up pretty good. Our patio furniture has scooted around. Again, we're lucky that my neighbor across the street, some of their fence is down. Um, the when we drove around earlier, and again, I apologize that the signal was horrible. Um, my Verizon phone is still struggling to get a signal, but now we're hooked up to Wi-Fi. But my T-Mobile phone, kudos to the T-Mobile, it stayed up all morning. But when we were driving around, the worst tree damage was that we saw was in Lake Dallas. Now we only stayed to the Lake Cities area, but we posted some pictures on Facebook. There were some large trees that were uprooted. They wasn't just snapped; they were uprooted. And my weather station right now has sustained winds at 27 miles per hour, but the biggest gust happened at 10:39, and it was at 44 miles per hour. Uh, but gosh, these winds right now, they're enough to break some more small winds off. But what this really hurts is the men and women that are out trying to repair the power lines. Uh, I bet they're not going. I wouldn't want to be in a bucket truck up, 40 feet in the air trying to restring power lines when it's this windy. So, and of course, the weather this morning didn't help the people up in Valley View in northern Denton County over to Lake Ray Roberts. This wind is sure not going to help things. But we trimmed our trees uh, back in March, so I think that really helped. Because again, we didn't have any tree damage and fence damage, thank goodness. Um, this is brand new fence over on the north side of our backyard. I had to get permission from my wife to show our garden, our flower beds, and things like that. Our rose bush in the back is doing really well even with this wind because my gosh, this wind is. And again, we're lucky. I don't see any shingles issues. We had our roof replaced back in 2016 or 2017. So I don't know if this trampoline was anchored down or not. I think I've jumped on a trampoline one time in my life. Gosh, it's pretty heavy though. hopefully it can be repaired. I don't want to just flip it over the fence because I don't want to hurt it. Because I do, the kids, our neighbors' kids, they do jump on it a lot. Here's some wagon wheels that they were. My dad gave them to me. He passed away in '97, and I believe and my wife would know. I think these wagon wheels are from the late 1800s, and we've never figured out what really to do with them until this year. We put them in a flower bed that we redid and put flowers around them. I think looks nice. Alrighty, well, I just wanted to jump on real quick and kind of show you what's happening here in Corinth. Uh, Again, our power came back on. I sure hope everyone else's power gets back on quickly. Um, Again, I know Encore, uh, they're doing everything that they can. We've seen quite a few bucket trucks. Oh, and the only road issues we saw was Fritz Road in I think it's right on the Corinth and Shady Shore City line, but it had washed out. We didn't actually see it. My wife read it on some group in Facebook. Uh, we saw uh, Corinth police had the road closed, and we saw a tractor removing a huge tree that had fallen across the road. Uh, but so what we're hearing is that the road may have actually washed out. Um, we posted some pictures there on North Shady Shores where Lake Louisville comes up to. And last week when I drove by there, the lake was up pretty close to the road, and it looked like it'd come up several inches, but it's still going to come up later today because all the creeks and tributaries that flow into Lake Louisville is continuing to flow into the lake. So I'm not sure when the Corps of Engineers is expecting Lake Louisville to crest or anything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised that Shady Shores Road is closed in those two spots, those low spots, one by Thousand Oaks Addition, and then the other one is probably a half mile from uh, the town hall there in Shady Shores. Uh, well, I won't. Oh, is today the 28th? When you go on face, when you go, whoa, a limb just fell off one of my neighbor's trees. Wow. Well, the clouds they're really not moving. So I guess this is just surface winds. Wow, this tree is really, and again, I know the soils are saturated, and so I'm just wondering if that's what's causing so many trees to fall over. Not just the high winds, but uh, I think the ground is just so saturated that the root system to these trees just it's making them easier to blow over. No hummingbirds this morning. Uh, okay, I'll